The Prime Minister masked up in the Parliament yesterday. Union Health Minister advised COVID vigilance and hospitals are preparing for Corona drill. But these rules seem to be only mere mortals, not for Rahul. Watch these visuals of Rahul Gandhi marching on during his Bharat Jodo Yatra. They are on your screen. No mask, no social distancing. Walking step in step with 1,000 supporters or perhaps more. This, remember, despite the Union Health Minister asking Rahul Gandhi personally to follow COVID-appropriate behaviour. Of course, the Congress has dismissed the warnings as a bahana by the BJP so that the yatra can be stalled. In fact, they have defiantly announced another mega bus yatra in Karnataka, ahead of the polls to display a collective leadership. And it's not just the Congress. Even its erstwhile ally, the JDS, has refused to hold the Pancharatna Yatra in Karnataka with assembly polls around the corner. The HD Kumaraswamy party is leading this rally from the front with scant regard for safety of thousands that are following him. The BJP has upped the attack, saying that the Congress has undermined India's COVID fight and the institution. Sample the political war of words and then we open this up for a debate.
देश के एक नागरिक के नाते उनको पालन करना है नहीं करना कांग्रेस पार्टी अगर जिम्मेदार पार्टी है तो डिसाइड करे, यही मैं कहना चाहता हूं। और चाइना के बारे में हमने बार-बार इनका जो प्रीवियस रिकॉर्ड है वो भी हमने दिया है। जब स्थिति नॉर्मल थी तब भी इन लोगों ने चाइना पर चर्चा के लिए अलो नहीं किया है। आज दोपहर में भी मैं डिटेल जब इन लोगों ने इनकार किया डिटेल मैं बात कर रहा हूं, लेकिन दे हैव रिजेक्टेड मेनी टाइम्स।
भारत जोड़ो यात्रा 1.5 महीने से चल रही होगी, कौन आया कौन गया किसको फर्क पड़ता है। लेकिन अगर राहुल गांधी जी के साथ एक राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री जो चले, जिसको राहुल जी ने गले में हाथ डाल के चले, वो पॉजिटिव पाएंगे, कोविड पॉजिटिव पाएंगे, उनकी यात्रा में कई और लोग कोविड पॉजिटिव पाएंगे। इसका जिम्मेदार कौन है? क्या एक परिवार देश के नियम कानून को बिल्कुल नहीं मानता?
इसी दृष्टिकोण से भारत सरकार ने सभी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को, सभी लोकल बॉडीज को, सभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इंक्लूडिंग बीजेपी को एडवाइजरी दिया है। ऐसा जो भी सार्वजनिक कार्यक्रम में हो सकते तो सभी पूरे लोग कोविड प्रोटोकॉल फॉलो करना चाहिए। यात्रा रोकने के लिए नहीं बोले हम।
We are not asking the Congress to stop the yatra. We are only asking it to follow COVID-appropriate norms, says the BJP. But the Congress as well as the JDS have defended their mega yatras under a cloud of COVID resurgence. Watch how they dismiss the warnings as a desperate bid by the BJP to stall mass mobilization. That is a result of Bharat Jodo, is what they are saying.
If there is a protocol, scientific protocol, medical protocol, health protocol, we will follow it. And I am telling you voluntarily today. And I wore the mask longer than the Prime Minister wore it yesterday.
ये बहुत दुर्भाग्यजनक है। केंद्रीय मंत्री जी भी बहुत परिपक्व हैं और मेरी भी स्वास्थ्य मंत्री के रूप में लगातार उनसे बात होती रहती है और काफ़ी सहयोग भी मिलता रहता है। ऐसे में कोई ऐसा बयान कि जो चीज़ को राजनीति की तरफ ले जाए कोरोना के संदर्भ में कम से कम, बाकी हमारे पास बहुत सारे फोरम हैं जहां राजनीति हो सकती है।
आज तो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी नहीं कहा कि मास्क लगाना जरूरी है कंपल्सरी। आज तो उन्होंने कोई ऐसा दिशा निर्देश दिया नहीं। हम दिशा निर्देश का पालन करते हुए किसी भी कीमत पर भाजपा की साजिश को नाकामयाब करेंगे जो यात्रा रोकना चाहती है। हम हर हाल में दिशा निर्देश पालन करते हुए यात्रा जाएगी।
सरकार को सबसे पहले चिट्ठी लिखे थे और ये वो लोग सवाल पूछ रहे हैं। मुझे तो कभी लगता है कि कुछ स्पेशल रिलेशन है बीजेपी का कोरोना से। उसकी रैली में नहीं जाता है, दूसरी की रैली में चला जाता है। और डे नाइट का सेंस कितना है कोरोना को, दिन में हो जाता है रात में नहीं होता है। आप लोगों ने देखा ना।
ನನಗೊಂದು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ, ಈಗ ಇದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ಒಂದು ಭೂತ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಈ ಪಂಚರತ್ನ ರಥಯಾತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜನತೆಯ ಒಂದು ಅಲೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ। ಕೇಶವಕೃಪಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತು ಚರ್ಚೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ಇವತ್ತು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಜನ ಸೇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಹುನ್ನಾರ ನಡೀತಿದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ, ನೋಡೋಣ।
You heard the reactions. Let's quickly open this up. Joining us, Shazia Ilmi, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, political analyst, R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, Ravi Srivastav, advocate Kapil Madan, both political analysts, and Professor Manojit Mondal is the spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. He'll be joining us shortly. Kapil Madan, Rahul Gandhi said that Corona is bahana to stall the yatra. His words, not mine.
Now,
you mean chronology? Sequence of events,
yes.
You mean chronology?
Okay. Yes. And now, look at the sequence of events that is happening in Rajasthan. There is an admitted fact that BJP is organizing a rally there. It is also an admitted fact that BJP is organizing a rally in Karnataka. But look at the diabolical nature of the so-called letter issued by the union minister, rather than issuing formal protocols and the guidelines for the entire country, which will be binding on every citizen. They pick and choose one yatra, and we all know the reason why. It is giving problems to the BJP, and they specifically mention in the letter about the yatra. Now
forget the letter, Kapil Madan. No, 1 minute.
Let me, Pranesh,
for a second, forget the letter written by the center. Kapil Madan.
Yes, allow me to make my point.
I'll allow you. Just listen to the question. Yes. For a second, forget that there is a letter. Have you seen the videos from China?
Yes.
Were they shot in India to scare the Congress party or to stall the Bharat Jodo Yatra?
Now, Pranesh, what kind of illogical argument is this? I am raising a point here that the BJP itself is organizing an Akrosh Yatra in Rajasthan, another one in Karnataka. Now, will you be asking the same question to the BJP spokesperson?
We asked the same questions and more to the BJP, and we've been asking those questions over the last 3 days. Kapil Madan, we've been asking those questions of the BJP.
Yes, and I want to answer.
Pranesh,
and I want to answer those questions.
No, let him complete. Shazia, I'm coming to you. Shazia, I'll come to you. Let Kapil Madan make his point.
But he's repeating himself.
Pranesh, I can assure you this thing. When the COVID first wave was there and the COVID second wave was there, I challenge you to show one picture of Rahul Gandhi ji wherein he was not wearing a mask and apply the same test to Mr. Narendra Modi.
Okay, Kapil Madan is saying, Shazia Ilmi, very simply this, his argument is let the wave come. Only once the wave hits India will Rahul Gandhi wear a mask. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, I'll come to you, but let's get a response from the BJP.
I think you're not mature enough to understand what I'm trying to say, but this is definitely
Rahul Gandhi has all the maturity. He's calling COVID advisory a bahana. I am not mature for you. That's okay. That's okay. You can ridicule the anchor. You see, Kapil Madan, when you run out of arguments, this is what you do. You can ridicule the argument, you can call me illogical, you can call me senseless, call me names.
No, but I have never said that. I have never said. I mean,
but you just said it.
To me in
you said it. Let's now get on with it. Now come on, Kapil Madan, let's get on with it. Let's get a response from the BJP. Please, let's not talk over each other. Please, there are others waiting to speak. Shazia Ilmi, quickly, yes.
There was a Jan Akrosh Yatra being planned in Rajasthan, which has been called off. Okay. There was a Jan Akrosh Yatra which has been called off. There's a reference made not by this spokesperson but by others of the Congress party about the Tripura rally, which was actually 1 day before this the advisory was set into motion. Secondly, and most importantly, some things are beyond party politics. Clearly, this is one of them. It was an important intervention, as should have been, by the Union Health Minister to addressing the issue at the behest of 3 other MPs who raised the concern about people congregating at a place. Now, the idea was not to disrupt it or suspend it. The idea was to ensure COVID protocols. Because just like I said earlier, health of the nation and health of the individual matters.
No, all that is fine, Shazia Ilmi, but the Congress party, I'll tell you what the charge is. The Congress party is saying that only if the Prime Minister starts wearing the mask 24/7 and after we see visual proof of that, will the Congress leaders follow. That is what they're saying.
No, this is not what we are saying. This is not what we are saying. This is your imagination.
Well, sometimes,
this is figment of your imagination. This is not what
sometimes, can I come in, please?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm very happy. So it's a figment of your imagination too, that anybody would be scared of Bharat Jodo Yatra, because clearly wherever Rahul ji went, it really did not lead to electoral rewards for the Congress party. So it's very presumptuous and rich of you to even come up with that suggestion.
Okay, let's now open this up. Let me get in the others.
I would like to say about the Prime Minister that
Mr. Abhijit Iyer Mitra,
okay,
national security,
it's all right, really.
We don't have a consensus. On health security, Mr. Mitra, we don't have a consensus. Look what the opposition has reduced this to. India is preparing to fight the China wave, as we are calling it. And then you have reactions like these.
Pranesh, before 2004, the Congress actually played an extremely responsible opposition. And that is why in 2004, they got elected with a very significant majority. Right now, the problem is they play a bit of a joke of an opposition. They can't be taken seriously, which is why they keep ending up with double-digit seats in the Lok Sabha. Now, it takes a particular persecution complex, to think that something is being done only to target you. You remember the story of the the peasant who lost his blanket at the village fair, and he decided the entire village fair was a shadyantra just to steal his blanket from him. This sounds a bit like this. Now understand, even with COVID protocols, you can continue with your Bharat Jodo Yatra with COVID protocols in place. You can wear your mask. You can maintain social distancing. The people who want to come will anyway come. You see to it there's like 2-3 feet social distancing between anyone. You can still manage your yatra. You can do it in a responsible way. Indeed, if we take Rahul Gandhi at his word that this is some major surge happening for the Congress, he knows better. He's on the ground. I'm not on the ground. Just maintaining 2 to 3 feet distances and masks should disrupt the momentum of this yatra. Right. So there are lots of things you can do, but unfortunately what I'm seeing is diffidence, a persecution complex, and a lot of things which, really make you think very hard if these people are serious about being in opposition, if these people are serious about national interest, etc., etc., etc.
Ravi Srivastav, you've listened to what Kapil Madan said patiently. Now, sir, put your hand on your heart and tell me the kind of reactions you've heard. Is that responsible commentary? Forget the advisory. Should any political leader of any stature be saying that COVID is a bahana?
I think the virus BF7 is a boyfriend 7 for BJP. It loves BJP. It does not affect BJP. It does not infect BJP. It does not spread in BJP, but it spreads only in the Congress. It only spreads only in the Yatra.
What are you saying, Mr. Srivastav? What are you saying?
I'm saying what I'm saying correct. What I'm saying correct. It loves BJP because Prime Minister does rallies, nobody gets infected. Prime Minister calls Mr. Trump, nobody gets infected. The Kumbh Mela is done for lakhs of people, nobody gets affected. What is he issuing? I would suggest, as a responsible minister, he should stand on the border and welcome Rahul Gandhi with the mask and go and give it to him and say, please follow the protocol for COVID.
Okay, so once Rahul gets that mask from Prime Minister Modi, he will start wearing it. By the way, we have pictures to show that masks were actually distributed in the Parliament House. Mr. Srivastav, masks were actually distributed in the Parliament House just 2 days ago.
That was all very few. That was all drama.
Okay, all that was drama. BF7 is boyfriend 7 for the BJP. I can't believe what you've just said about this new variant.
There was a rally without mask and they were doing a virtual meeting wearing a mask. So there is only a drama.
Okay. Fair enough, sir. You are entitled to your view. It is bahana for the Congress party. You think it is drama. Raja Gopalan, Mr. Raja Gopalan, what is it for you? Bahana for the Congress party, drama for Ravi Srivastav. He's also said that BF7 is boyfriend 7 for the BJP. And he's calling out the hypocrisy.
When Ravi Srivastav says about boyfriend and girlfriend, do I presume from Ravi Srivastav's argument that China is girlfriend of Congress? Therefore, they don't want to speak about it.
China is a boyfriend, girlfriend for your party, Rajgopalan. Every day you are importing the flights from there. Which flight have you stopped? Tell me, how many flights coming from China? What kind of testing you are doing on the airport? Do you know anything?
Let him answer, Ravi Srivastava. Let him at least finish. I'll come back to you for a response.
Boyfriend, what are your party doing? You should have stopped the flight from Brazil, Japan, US and China by this time.
Let me just... Okay, sir, let me just...
Respect to the whole country.
Calm down, Ravi Srivastava. Sir, calm down. Have you come with a script ready? सब एक ही साथ पढ़ दीजिएगा. सुन लीजिए. पर रवि श्रीवास्तव सर सुन तो लीजिए. आप ऐसा लग रहा है आपने लिखे हुए आंसर, मैं सवाल कुछ पूछ रहा हूँ, आप जवाब कुछ और दे रहे हैं. मैं आपको सर allow me to add facts here, please. Ravi Srivastava sir, please.
There is no flight for China.
Sir, there are no direct flights. As per the Civil Aviation Ministry,
there is no direct
flights from China or to China are through transit. No direct flights, Ravi Srivastava.
You mean to say no Chinese?
I am only adding to what you were saying, Ravi Srivastava. Why are you getting worked up? Why are you getting so worked up, sir? Please. No, but I don't understand. आप वायरस को भी trivialize कर रहे हैं, अब आप डिबेट को भी trivialize कर रहे हैं. ये तो हार्ड फैक्ट है सर, उसमें भी गुस्सा हो रहे हैं आप. उनको बोल तो दीजिए. Mr. Rajgopalan, make your point quickly.
My point is that, since Rahul Gandhi is not wearing a mask and there is no photograph of his wearing a mask, and equally there is no photograph of Rahul Gandhi getting vaccinated in 2022 and 2021. None of the family members of Gandhis, they had a photograph of the inoculation, whereas everyone, including you and me, had posted in Facebook and Twitter. Why can't Rahul Gandhi take a mask? You take
but Mr. Rajgopalan, Mr. Rajgopalan, the Congress party says that why is the Prime Minister wearing mask in the morning and by evening the mask comes off? They are saying this is a stunt.
Who told you that? Because Congress is doing a stunt, that is why they are doing it. Let Rahul Gandhi wear a mask and walk, that's all. Why did Sukhvinder Sukhu got COVID? He was holding his shoulder hand on Rahul Gandhi. And second thing, as per Rajasthan...
so you are saying that he should have isolated himself after the Chief Minister tested positive? Is that what you are saying?
Yes, of course. Yes, he should not have walked. Because you wait and see, 18 persons in the Jaipur got vaccinated.
Okay, let's get a quick response from Kapil Madan. Then I am coming to you, Professor Mondal.
Well, Pranesh, let me, you misconstrued me. What I was trying to say in my opening remark was that, you have the protocol for the entire country. And let me tell you, while we had the first wave, there was binding protocols issued by the Disaster Management Authority. And each one of us was legally bound to follow those protocols. What I am trying to say, instead of doing this politicization, you have your protocols in place, and the protocols will not be only applied to Bharat Jodo Yatra, it will apply everywhere. Your offices, my offices, railway stations, metro stations, airports.
That is what government says.
Now you don't want to do that. No, that the government is not doing that. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
But 1 minute. No, 1
but
minute.
That's okay for you. That's
no.
I'm
only 1 minute. Kapil Madan, no. Don't be. 1 minute.
How is that?
Allow me to answer the question that you just raised. No, 1 minute.
The government does
Listen
not
to me,
give
Kapil Madan.
For the country.
Don't run away from questions
that is okay
like this.
For you. And they want to use one letter and target one particular
I got the point you're trying to make. I got it. आपको मैंने पहले भी पूछा, even if you put the advisory aside, should Rahul Gandhi or any leader of any party be saying COVID bahana hai? What was written in the letter? The letter did not say stop the yatra. The letter said follow COVID norms or suspend the yatra. If you only say suspend the yatra, that is wrong. It's like saying, if in a pro forma you have that, if you don't have the documents, you're not eligible. You will say someone is not eligible. That is not right, Kapil Madan.
Pranesh, what are you trying to say? You're trying to put the cart before the horse. First, there has to be norms issued by the Disaster Management Authority. If there is no norm, I mean, that norm will apply to the entire country. All I am trying to say, I mean, very sensibly and logically, you
Mr.
first
Mitra,
have rules and
Mr.
protocols
Mitra,
in place. And
no,
then you
Mr.
tell
Mitra,
only what should I follow?
The Congress
Pranesh,
Congress is waiting for the norms to kick in.
Pranesh, I have a point.
No,
Pranesh,
let him answer. You are saying there are no norms. Okay, advisory is not a norm for you. No, you are saying only when masking becomes a must will the Congress leaders abide by it.
No,
that's a fair question to ask. No, let's get a response from Mr.
No, Pranesh.
When you asked a question, let the other side respond.
Pranesh, मेरा सवाल पूरा ही नहीं हुआ ना.
अब आपने दो सवाल पूछ लिए, पहले का तो जवाब ले लीजिए.
अच्छा, आपका ऑफिस पूरी कैपेसिटी पे चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा, बताओ.
Mr. Mitra, answer what he's saying. He's waiting for the norms. People in our office are masked up. Kapil Madan, people in our office are masked up, Kapil Madan.
All I am saying,
is that the best argument you could come up with?
No, I am saying
let Mr. Mitra come in.
Office चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा?
Okay.
I think Kapil does have a point here that opposed to advisory, you need to have a mask mandate and a social distancing mandate made compulsory. I think, in India, generally, we don't take things seriously unless they're made compulsory by law. And I've been out and about for these last 2 days. I've neither seen anybody wearing masks, not even at the airport, nor have I seen anybody practicing social distancing. So, this was a bit like before the Delta variant set in. The Prime Minister went on advising, please maintain, retain caution, maintain social distancing. Nobody listened to him, and that Delta variant hit us very badly. That was the one that hit us the worst, if you remember. So, I think there is a point to be made here that this advisories don't really work in India, and they do need to be made mandatory.
Okay. Only when the government makes masking mandatory, social distancing, physical distancing mandatory, will the Congress follow. Shazia Ilmi, when are the norms kicking in? Advisory is not enough.
Well, all is being done at the where the centre ministry is concerned, where the union government is concerned. Today, as health is a concurrent subject, all the state health ministers had a detailed meeting with the union health minister, and I think we are completely seized of what we ought to be doing. The fact of the matter is that instead of making it all about BJP and Congress and screaming about it, I think we can just be mature and just make it about propriety.
Shazia, the Congress party says did how many people from the Jan Akrosh rally that has been stopped get tested? Did people go and test themselves?
Yes. So the no, it was called off. And then the other people who wanted to still be a part of it were told that they have to follow COVID protocols. And if they if somebody from the BJP or the Congress or TMC or RJD is not doing it, it does not mean that you and I will stop following these COVID protocols.
Let's ask the TMC spokesperson, Professor Mondal, has been very patient with us. Professor Mondal, coming to you. Mr. Ravi Srivastava, I'll come to you. Let Mr. Professor Mondal come in. I'll bring you in.
Yes,
Professor Mondal,
what is your question, Pranesh?
Is COVID a bahana for you? Is it a drama for you? Or is it more serious than that?
No, we really do not consider it bahana or it is a drama. We are continuously monitoring the situation. We are trying to assess the entire situation, how serious the threat is. But the government of India has to walk the talk as well. We would like to know what are the experts saying, what about this variant, whether this variant has already entered India, how serious the threat is. That has to be decided by ICMR. Forget about politicizing the whole issue. But for the last 3 days, what I have been observing, not just as a party spokesperson, but as a layman, that one single yatra has been targeted. We really don't understand. Shubhendu Adhikari in Bengal, he has been doing all the shows. Most of the shows are flop shows. Even yesterday he had a meeting in Calcutta. Today he had a meeting in some other parts of the state. So is it only meant for the opposition parties?
The COVID advisory is only for the opposition?
Is this a new political normal that only the opposition?
Is it only for the opposition?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Because I have given instance. I have given instance of Shubhendu Adhikari holding rallies.
Shubhendu Adhikari is marching in
Today
Bengal.
Rallies. What is the problem with
Jan
the
Akrosh
opposition?
rally, we have been told that has been stopped. But
Those
Mr. Rajgopalan, the opposition says that this is only to target opposition leaders. Does not apply to BJP and its leaders.
Pranesh, my point is, in the event of a mask about you have to wear it, public are rattled. I saw many passengers in the local bus, they wear masks because they are afraid of their lives. That is what government has been repeatedly saying. The health secretary wrote a letter day before yesterday morning, 10 o'clock. And the health minister wrote a letter to Rahul Gandhi in the evening because the Rajasthan government did not answer to the Union Health Secretary. That is the reason why these people are not understanding the fact of the matter. That was explained very well by the health minister on the floor of the house.
Okay, Ravi Srivastava has a counter to what you are saying. I'll come to that, but let's hear from the BJP. Shazia Alme, you are saying that Jan Akrosh rally has been stopped, but leaders from the opposition are saying that Jan Akrosh rally has not been stopped. It is still on.
Pranesh, when you are asking the BJP leader, a spokesperson, I want to supplement the question.
So Jan
I'll come to you, sir. Let her answer this direct question about the Jan Akrosh rally. Let us just answer this question about Ravi Srivastava. I'll come to you.
I have already answered
Let Shazia Ilmi answer this about Jan Akrosh rally because leaders in the opposition are not convinced. They are saying the yatra is on.
BJP spokesperson said that they are...
the yatra is not on. You would have visuals to show it. You would have visuals to show it.
For instance, which protocol has been issued by the government.
Okay. Well, no, we'll discuss that. Ravi Srivastava will discuss that for sure. I am only on the point that Professor Mondal was making about Shubhendu Adhikari marching. Let's get a response on that.
Yes. 3 consecutive days.
Whoever it is from
yesterday and today.
whichever party they belong to, whichever...
not whoever, it is Shubhendu Adhikari, your principal leader in Bengal. Not whoever, Shubhendu Adhikari.
No, it's your word.
You asked a question.
It's your word.
Until
I see the visuals.
Please send him the
Professor Mondal, you asked a question. Let her respond.
Yes. Oh God. I don't know. I mean, why do we have to scream and shout about this? There's a letter written at the behest of 3 MPs. Keeping in mind the congregation at Bharat Jodo Yatra.
You are evading my question.
And the presumption is
reminding you of the question.
No, the presumption is... No, I'm not evading a question. I will answer the question. Jan Akrosh Yatra has been called off. And those workers who wanted to go out and express themselves were told to follow the... Can I finish speaking? Can I finish saying? Can I finish speaking?
Make your point. Professor Mondal, please don't interrupt. Let her answer your question.
Where are the visuals? Yes, because I've just called your bluff.
What?
Where is the rally? Where are the pictures? Are you saying that Bharat Jodo Yatra should not follow COVID protocol, then you can make up a rally?
He is giving you the date and time. Let's have the date and time. Professor Mondal, you have the date and time and the pictures.
The venue.
Yes, please show me.
National Library, National Library, Calcutta Auditorium, yesterday 2 p.m. Shubhendu Adhikari held the rally. National Library, Calcutta, few kilometers away from where I am sitting right now. 3 days back, Asansol, there was a few rallies of few thousand people where 3 persons were killed. 4 or 5 days back in Asansol, you know that. And there is a case filed against Shubhendu Adhikari. Now you say that I need to give you the visual.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that.
I'm wrong then.
I don't know that.
Talk to me.
Yes, I don't know that.
The instance.
I don't agree with you. I do not agree with you. It's your word against mine or the information that I have.
He is holding the flop show.
Yes,
but
No, it's not about hit show or flop show, sir. Please, let's focus on the China wave, please. Let's not make this about hit show, flop show. That we can do.
Shows are very big, at least few.
No, that's okay, but this is not about hit show, flop show. Please, let's not trivialize this, please.
If I'm not allowed to
Where are we? Spare a thought. I request all of you, please spare a thought for those who are watching this right now.
I really want to finish saying what I'm saying.
Let's be responsible in what we are saying. Shazia Ilmi, yes.
Please allow me to speak.
Of course, make your point, Shazia Ilmi.
Allow me to speak. So did you hear correctly what Manojit Mondal said? He said he called thousands of people, but it was a flop show. That means very few people came. So he is trying to say that there was a rally. Then he also trying to say there were very few people. So obviously it was not a large enough congregation. So he's trying to say both things at the same time, and he thinks he will fool people by doing so. And secondly, they ought to follow the COVID protocols as everyone ought to. Whether it's Bharat Jodo Yatra, and this was exactly the letter we said, do not stop the yatra. Can I finish speaking? Can I finish speaking?
Yeah, please lower the fader, Professor Mondal, one by one. Let's not talk over each other, please.
Yeah, I can't do this. You know, I'm not well today. I really can't scream, and I think it's very unfair. So the reason why I used flop show is because he knew the numbers were less. So he had to also talk about the rally and say there were fewer people. And two, if they were not following COVID protocols and flouting it and huge numbers, it would be a matter of concern.
No, but Shazia Ilmi, okay, let me ask you this.
The union minister wrote a letter asking for COVID protocols to be maintained. It's very presumptuous to think that, you know, Bharat Jodo Yatra is any sort of a threat.
Okay.
But that's another point altogether.
Okay. Moving from Bharat Jodo to the Jan Akrosh Yatra, according to Satish Punia. Shazia Ilmi, according to Satish Punia, the Jan Akrosh Yatra or rally has not been called off.
No, Jan Akrosh Yatra has been called off, and the people who insisted on going were told to maintain strict COVID protocols. It is. I have read all about it. I have a detailed note on it, because it was already decided. Some workers still wanted to go, so they were told to follow COVID protocol. Just
okay.
like
After Kapil Madan, please be patient. Coming to you.
And we have to deal with it. So
I find, Shazia, it's my turn now. So, you know, I find, you know, Shazia's argument, you know, self-contradictory, and I'll give you, you know, a logical reason why. Now, if you talk about the letter only talks about the Bharat Jodo Yatra when it is an admitted fact that they were also doing Yatra. So they knew that their Yatra will be a flop show.
No,
is this the reason why?
No.
Is this the reason why? No. So is this the reason why you didn't wrote the letter, or you didn't mention about your yatras, because you know that it will be a flop show, as you know, said by a spokesperson of TMC. Now my second argument is, now she's trying to say,
I don't believe.
No, you know, at the first sense,
that's a lie.
No.
Let him respond now. Let him respond. Shazia, let him respond.
I am giving you a logical reason. What is the lie?
What
is the lie?
It was
what
not
is the
a
lie?
yatra. So
what is the lie?
Did not carry
you
out
had
yatra.
Gathering. It was a political rally. It's a political rally. It's a political rally. Rajasthan is a political rally.
It was not.
Rajasthan was a political rally. Karnataka.
It was not.
What was it?
What was it? Called off.
What was it?
It was called
off. No, what was it?
And there were COVID
again you said now what Shazia is trying to say, what Shazia is saying, that, you know, at one instance we say we called off, and then you will get,
No, but Shazia, 1 minute. Whether or not it is a yatra, if people are being called to gather in one place,
you can't argue both the sides.
It is still
can't blow hot
not advisable.
At the same time.
Yes, I'm saying that whether I have said it very, oh my God, you know something, the nation and people, BJP and Congress, they're much smaller compared to the rest of the, you know, to India. And this is not about BJP or Congress. The health minister wrote, please follow COVID protocols, because Bharat Jodo Yatra has been on for a while.
उसमें आपकी रैलियों के बारे में नहीं लिखा हुआ था.
It's a threat, is what I'm contesting.
आपकी रैलियों के बारे में नहीं लिखा हुआ था.
Okay. Now before we move on, I want to bring in Abhijit. All right. Okay. Before we move on, I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra one last time. Rajgopalan, Mr. Rajgopalan, I don't have time, sir. I'll have to, end with what Mr. Mitra says. Politics is raging. The China wave is raging. The great epidemiologist on our show, Dr. Ravi Srivastava, has said that BF7 is boyfriend 7. Now, at a time like this, what would you tell the people? Should we not put politics aside, unite in fighting the pandemic?
Look, my suggestion here is very simple. Just make the mask mandatory, make social distancing mandatory, bring in those limited movement restrictions. It's really that simple. And, honestly, I don't care about anybody's yatra. They're both entitled to think how great or how their yatra is, and the other side is entitled to think how flop the other person's yatra is. The only thing that I see about yatras is they cause a lot of traffic nuisance. I don't like them. But that said, let's just make this mandatory. There's no point of advisories in India. Indians generally, we tend not to listen to agar police wale ne bol diya, we like tu kya mera baap hai kind of attitude. Janta nahi mera baap kaun hai kind of attitude. You see? So just make it mandatory. It'll end the politics.
Will it end the politics?
Wishful thinking. I don't think it'll end the politics.
Once it becomes mandatory,
I hope it does.
Because advisory में if you Ravi Srivastava, एक छोटा सा सवाल है. Advisory को अगर आप बोल रहे हैं कि stall करने के लिए है, तो जब वो mandatory rules आएंगे तो आप तो बोलेंगे emergency आ गई है, death of democracy. I'm only asking you.
No, please ask it, no problem. I say when you make it mandatory, it's followed by each and everyone. It's followed in the airline also, it's followed in the bus also, followed in the metro also, and don't isolate by targeting one yatra only. If you want to issue advisory, issue it for every yatra across the country, whether it's JDS, whether it's TMC, whether it's BJP or Congress or anyone.
Okay, let's not make this about political parties. This is not about Congress, NCP, BJP or any other party. This is about putting people first. Until we have that mandatory norms in place, let's all be responsible and follow COVID appropriate norms. We are moving on.